Yeah, we're at the track, covering the sport of kings. Coming up, no stopping the favourite and jockey Robert Halledeen in Jamaica's richest weekend event. As a popular 60-year-old jockey uncorks a first win at Caymanas Park in over 5 years. More stake success at Florida's Gulfstream Park for Barbadian trainer Saffie Joseph Jnr. The Breeders' Cup Classic win for the sensational 4-year-old colt, Flightline, and a flurry of Caribbean wins to close off the Central Mile season in Canada. Let's kick things off in Jamaica.
Saturday's 8th race at Caymanas Park, the 3-year-old and up overnight allowance, the richest on the 2-day weekend schedule. Hot jockey Robert Halledeen aboard, the big favourite, God of Love, aiming to snap a 4-race winless run, watching them out of the starting gates. Commentator Kevin Burnside.
They're off and racing. That's a good line done, Robin. Outsped early. Right on the lead, that's Baton Rouge rushing around on the outside. That is Will the Conqueror and God of Love. Lead them passing the 4. So God of Love on the outside of Will the Conqueror right against the rail. Then comes racing in third, that's Baton Rouge. Golden Wattle is slotted right there into the 4th spot. Racing in the 5th, that's Laban. Then comes Prince Marshall, Generational, tailing off a bit. And it looks like something is going to miss with the 2. That's Executive Chief, overtaken by Don Robin. They're at the top of the lane. God of Love, sent for home by the rider, Robert Halledeen. He looks for his second. Will the Conqueror trying to put in a challenge, but it's God of Love traveling nicely under the confident handling of Robert Halledeen. It's God of Love sprinting away from these. God of Love has this one all in the bag. God of Love, they're running for second. God of Love sprinting off and sprinting clear by about 4 lengths in front of Baton Rouge second.
How easy was that? 4.5 lengths the victory margin. Halledeen, who won both main events on the previous Saturday's card, aces this weekend's richest event again here, although it was Shane Ellis landing the BetMakers Trophy race. Vincent Main's 6-year-old gelding, God of Love, one of Halledeen's last winning rides in Jamaica in May before his brief stint in the USA, reunited with a 33-year-old jockey for the overnight allowance win here as a 2-5 favourite. The trainer Fitzgerald Richards clocking 59 4/5 in victory after splits of 23 1/5 and 46-1. Lots of excitement too surrounding Saturday's maiden condition 3rd race winner, Ahmad Ali, who had the 60-year-old Jockey Allen Mirage aboard for trainer Gareth Sabrati. Back of the field for the entire trip up to this point before this amazing rally to snatch victory at 5-1 odds.
Real big man out in front and traveling strong. Now gets a crack or 2 of the right-hand stick as they leave the 3/16. Give me the light now, switched on in the middle toward the outside. Ahmad Ali has made good progress. Call the Emperor is down against the rail, but it's a real big man. And Robert Halledeen beginning to tie up a bit as Ahmad Ali launches a serious attack on the outside. A real big man running out of breath. Ahmad Ali grabs a hold of him and now comes on to win it on Allen Mirage.
Based in Florida, Alan Bungo John Mirage, who got into training horses and hardly rides anymore, shows he still has his skills in the saddle, using the 5-1 bet Ahmad Ali to reel in Halledeen's fading mount, Real Big Man, for the narrow win. Mirage's first win this in almost 7 months since a score at Florida's Gulfstream Park in April. Among Mirage's career highlights, 2 memorable Derby wins, Jamaica 2005 with a brilliant Miracle Man, and the TNT Derby in 2011 with Derek Chin's 87-1 outsider, Bears and Bulls. US-based jockey Rajiv Mirage, a 4-time Breeders' Cup winner, in the winner's enclosure, enjoying the celebrations with his uncle.
Now to Gulfstream Park in Florida, where the Mirages are based and where the Barbadian Saffie Joseph Jr. is both the leading and reigning champion trainer. And he's been at it again this past weekend with a Saturday triple and before that a $70,000 stakes win on Friday.
Jockey Edgar Zayas was eyeing a milestone 2,000 wins here in the Sellers Shearers Stakes on the rail aboard the 3-horse. Winner last time out, Miss You Ella, and being out of the high-powered Saffie Joseph barn, a 2-1 favourite to score.
Miss Uella saves ground toward the inside. The half was in 51 4. Still a lot of action here, and they're tightly packed as they race around the far turn, headed for the top of the stretch. Almost Sochila has a short lead. Hey Penny still pressuring the leader. Up on the outside then is Tamarindo from between horses. Miss Uella coming on, winding up from the back of the pack. Love Her Lots, and also Miss Maddie B. They turn for home. Almost Sochi has a short lead. Hey Penny on the outside coming on. In between horses, Miss Uella, but it's almost Sochi. Almost Sochi looking strong. Here comes Miss Uella shaking free late. Almost Sochi. Miss Uella's coming on. It's Almost Sochi and Miss Uella.
2,000 career wins for jockey Edgar Zayas. Trainer Saffie Joseph with his 66 stakes win and 17th this year congratulates the winning rider. Missuela does it by 3/4 of a length in the Sellers Shearer Stakes as a 2-1 favourite, clocking 143.81 for the mile and 70-yard trip with trainer Saffie Joseph, who is in the top 10 trainers list in all of North America, now with horses' earnings of $9.11 million.
Still in the USA, one headline described it as the best 2 minutes in sport for 2022, talking about the undefeated 4-year-old colt Flightline and his dominant win in the Breeders' Cup Classic Saturday at Keeneland.
It was a weekend that saw Barbadian trainer Nathan Squires getting a very good third-place finish in the $1 million juvenile Phyllis Turf with his 19-1 bet Cairo Consort. But the global headlines were made by Flightline and his majestic win in the $6 million Classic. Jockey Flavian Pratt on the outside in the green and white silks with a ton of horse, about to show off his unparalleled quality.
Flightline now beginning to move on the outside. Life is Good by a length. Flightline on the outside second. 8 back to Hot Rod Charlie. Then Tabin to the outside. They're coming to the top of the stretch. Life is Good and Flightline hook up as they turn for home. And Flightline takes off. Flightline has gone right by Life is Good and comes into the final furlong with a 3-length lead. Life is Good trying to cling to second. Taba is third down to the 16th pole. It is Flightline. It is spine-tingling, jaw-dropping, awe-inspiring, Secretariat-like Breeders' Cup Classic win.
46,000 fans at Keeneland watching. Flightline adds to stakes wins he had already this year in the Metropolitan at Belmont and the Pacific Classic at Del Mar. Overall 6 wins from 6 starts. His victories coming by a combined 71 lengths, all with Flavian Pratt aboard. 8 1/4 lengths this victory margin in the Breeders' Cup Classic. 2 minutes 00.05 the winning time for 10 furlongs.
Before we go, the Central Mile season in Canada ended this past weekend with Barbadian jockeys stealing the spotlight. Enrico Prescott and Desmond Brand posting triples and Caribbean riders prominent too on the top 10 list on the final jockeys table.
Enrico Prescott lit up the season's penultimate race day on Friday with a 3-timer. After scoring in the 3rd and 4th races, he was aboard the 7-2 favourite She Loves Winning for this gate-to-wire win.
Top of the lane, down the stretch, and She Loves Winning still has the lead. Coming up the rail now is Vivian's Charm. And on the wide outside, Mary's Tapping Shoes making late gains, with favorite as well emerging with just over a 16th to go. It's She Loves Winning looking for 3 straight. Favorite and Mary's Tapping Shoes coming down to the wire. 3 straight for She Loves Winning. Prescott gets the hat trick.
She Loves Winning holds on by a half length. A fine hat trick this for Prescott, who as a 20-year-old, you may remember, won the 2019 Barbados Derby aboard the outsider Nzinga. 26 wins, including 1 stakes triumph for Prescott on his debut season in Canada. Desmond Brand also won stakes win this campaign. His triple on Saturday's season finale came in consecutive races. The 6th, 7th and 8th closed out in a massive upset aboard the 13-1 outsider Whiskerita, longest shot in the field, coming from last to first.
Whiskerita moving up as well, top of the lane, down the stretch. Pearl of Knowledge has the lead. Floral comes a Cullen to the outside. A lot of spunk now goes to the middle of the track. And Whiskerita's flying from the back of the pack as well. Over an 1/8 of a mile from home. It's still Pearl of Knowledge with the lead. Floral is on the outside second. A lot of spunk making ground with Whiskerita. And Desmond Bryan on the move. Coming down to the wire, Whiskerita, the natural hat trick for Desmond Bryan.
Brilliant ride there by Desmond Bryan aboard the 6-year-old mare Whiskerita, getting the upset win by 3/4 of a length. Caribbean jockeys, by the way, swept the entire 9-race card on Saturday. Barbadians Ronaldo Cumberbatch and Rashawn Griffith winning. Also TNT's Kishon Balgobin and Jamaicans Richard Lunan and Trevor Simpson, who had a win for Antiguan trainer Lionel Joseph. There's the final Central Mile 2022 jockeys table. Mexican Enrique Gonzalez, the champion with 71 wins. Jamaican Dane Nelson, the runner-up with 62 wins, but with 7 added money triumphs. No rider had more stakes wins than Nelson had. Outgoing champion Rico Walcott of Barbados, 3rd on 52. Prescott finished 6th, and there were 3 other top 10 finishes for Caribbean jocks. Brand 8th, followed by the TNT pair of Kishan Balgobin and Sven Balrup.
So that's our show. Coming up this weekend, the $6 million Jamaica Cup as the Caymanas Park 3-year-old stars Atomica and Blue Vinyl clash for the first time since Atomica's big derby win in August. Plus, there's the return of racing at the Garrison Savannah in Barbados. We've been at the track, covering top stories and exciting races. in the Sport of Kings. Check us out again next week.